So VEX and VDR, I think, are good approaches in my opinion. And the reason behind it is they clearly distinguish between, hey, SBOM is inventory, and this is the augmentation that we're giving on top of SBOM, which helps you understand where things are. The problem with all of this is creating VEX is not a standardized process right now. So everyone is playing around with it. I think Cyclone DX is the forefront runner in that aspect. So they're trying to come up with the standard around it. How do you put it in a document? How do you map things? So they're working on that aspect. But VDR and VEX, where in one document, you're talking about vulnerabilities in your own code, and in the other document, you're talking about vulnerabilities that may affect you or not affect you, which are part of your third-party ecosystem. So if you've used a dependency, a CV came up on that dependency, are you affected or not, is one document. The other document talks about these are the bugs that have come up in my product. So this detail needs to be visible to you. So that way I see a very good use case for both of them, and I am championing for them. Let's see if industry adapts it, because they then need to maintain and accept that the problem exists beyond the current version, and the older versions also have issues. So
Okay, so coming from the industry to the supply chain and back to the supply chain, bill of materials, one thing that we have been talking about in the past few years is, like just to evolve the whole idea of what we are talking about. We've been very focused on SBOMs, but we're looking at the ecosystem overall. So while we look at the ecosystem specifically with respect to the software asset, right? Because it's not just packages or dependencies, it's much more than that. So in terms of software asset inventory, what do you think should be our approach? This is something, again, there was a lot of stress when Log4j came in that, hey, we should have a software asset inventory where you should have the entire visibility of what all software, what all assets you have. Of course, there is SBOM, of course, there text tag or whatever information you can get. So how do you approach that problem when you're trying to tackle this as an organization?
So I know of one organization where Log4j was not a major problem for them per se, from a direct dependency point of view, because they had the sort of visibility in their entire stack. So for them, it was as simple as select star from computers where application or file name is log4j star.jar. They got list of all the machines which had log4j.jar in it in one shape or the other. And then they were able to look at, okay, what can be done about it. And then the aspect about third parties in terms of SaaS vendors which were affected and all of that came into picture. But from their own environment, they were able to get this. And there are open source softwares around this. OS Query is one of the software which I highly recommend. And the example that I gave was from an organization which had an enterprise-wide OS Query deployment. So they were able to query the entire environment in one shot, like this file, how many machines, which location, they got the list.
So that's a wonderful tool. In fact, I think I may be wrong, but even Meta and other organizations use it. It's very effective.
OS Query is from Facebook.
Yeah. Like they use it in for this kind of work as well.